when I started building my personal brand, I didn't know that I was going to get all of the things that I got when I started building it. One of the things that I got primarily was confidence. Like, I was coming from this place where I didn't believe in myself. I didn't believe in what I knew how to do. I didn't think I had any special skills or abilities. I didn't think much of myself, to be honest. And so when I started dabbling in the online industry, I was really just looking for a way out of this place that I had put myself in, that I had allowed myself to be boxed into. I had tethered all of my identity on becoming a lawyer, that when I had a baby and then COVID hit and the law career didn't take off like I thought it would, I started to feel lost. I started to feel like I didn't have anything else to offer. Imagine that. Now, the reason why I'm doing this episode is to remind you that you have infinite value. You have more value than you even know and know what to do with. So today, I'm going to be sharing with you what personal branding can do for you and how you can make sure you get everything that can be gotten. Now, primarily, like I said, personal branding gave me confidence. So I started from this place where I wouldn't even share my opinions. Let me explain to you the journey, right? Now it looks like it's easy to get on camera, it's easy to write, easy to share my opinions on the podcast and on here on YouTube. But the truth is, that's not where we started from. I used to be so afraid of sharing my thoughts. I used to think that the moment I shared something original, people were going to look at me like, who is this fraud thinking that she can say something when she's not an expert? I thought that the experts in the industry that I was operating in would look at my post and say, what does this girl think? What does this girl think she can play in our leagues? And I didn't know then, but I know now that it's not about playing in any leagues at all. It's just about pouring out what you have. And the more you pour out, the more you get. The more you pour out, the more you get. I was literally having this conversation with my co-founder on Enterprise and Heals and the event planners, who were just really talking about women pouring out and women taking up space and starting up stuff and building their brands. And we realized, that we all thought the same on this matter, which is, if you don't give what you have, you can't get more. So many of us are waiting to have more before we give. And God is just waiting for you to give what you have so that He can increase your capacity. Okay? All right. So in today's episode, I want to share with you how you can build confidence through your personal brand. I have shared with you how I got confidence through my personal brand, and these are the things that really helped me. These are the steps that I took. For those of you who don't know my journey, I actually started out with personal development. I just knew that I didn't like the person that I saw in the mirror. I didn't like how I felt about myself. I didn't like how I related with people. I didn't like the boundaries I wasn't setting. I didn't like the voice I didn't have. And so I just started on a journey to becoming a better woman. And gradually I wanted to share the lessons that I was learning from being a better woman. And the rest is history. And another thing is that the more you work on your personal brand, the more confidence you get. So if you take one step and it gives you one step extra of confidence, that one step is going to allow you to take the next two steps, which will increase your confidence, and so on and so forth. When I started, I wouldn't even dream of running a podcast. I wouldn't dream of coming every week to share my opinions, but it is in the doing. So the first thing that you have to do so that you can build more personal branding confidence to allow you to do even bigger things is be honest with yourself. So many of us are trying to be what we think others want us to be. We're trying to show up as what others think we are. You're funny, but there is nothing funny about your post because you haven't shown that part of yourself yet, and you're not sure how people are going to take it. Now, when people say authentic, be authentic, authenticity, this is what it means. Your power lies in your authentic self. One of the things that I tried to hide at the beginning when I was carefully curating my brand was that I have humor, was that I like to dance, was that I'm quite dramatic. But when I started in the branding space, I thought And again, the fact that I didn't have corporate experience made me feel like I was lacking in something. So I overcompensated in being prim and proper. And so I would make sure that everything I was saying was direct at the camera, no too much smiling, no playful, parts of me. And I'm a playful person. So it made me build this brand that, I've had clients that when they saw me dancing, when I started to, put out that version of myself, they would send me messages like, oh my God, I didn't know you danced. And we dance all the time in my family. But I thought that for branding's sake, I needed to curate an image that didn't include that. I love to dance. Whether or not I'm a good dancer is not the issue now, but I do love to dance. So my point is, the things that you feel like are unprofessional are the things that will probably make you stand out. So when I work with women, we work gradually because it's not easy to leave behind the image that you would like to present to the world and show up as your actual self. So it takes some time, but we get there, right? So, but if you are working on your personal brand and you feel like you could be more confident, it is possible that there are parts of yourself that light you up that you're hiding. Start being honest with yourself. So the second thing that you could do to build more personal branding confidence as you build your brand is do what you say you will do. Keep your word to yourself. A lot of times we say we will do one thing, but when it really comes to the doing, we find excuses, and excuses are everywhere. There's always an excuse to stop you from doing something, because greatness, the devil knows that there's greatness on the other side, right? So all of these things, the excuses, the procrastination, the fears, the doubts, everything that stops you from taking action, it is because he knows what is on the other side of that action. And so let's not help him. Let's not help him. So what you can do is, if you say you're going to write. If you say you're going to create a video, create it. If you say you're going to start a podcast, start it. And lack of knowledge is no longer an excuse, because everybody is teaching. People are teaching what they know. And if you are unable to do what you say you will do, you will start to feel a distinct lack of confidence. When you say you'll do this and you don't, you're really convincing yourself that you are not trustworthy, that you are not capable, that you cannot be trusted. And so you start to believe it. As much as you're not sitting down with yourself and having the conversation like you're not to be trusted, oh yes, I'm to be trusted, it's really a conversation between your subconscious and your conscious. And your subconscious, all they know is you said you do it, you didn't do it, right? And then you start to believe that you're the kind of person that just doesn't do things. So the point is, do what you say you will do, and you will start to believe that you can do more and bigger. And it will allow you to start going after more and bigger. And that is how you get the brand and the life and everything that you want for yourself. So the third thing that you can do to build your personal brand confidence is to detach from the results and focus on the progress. The truth is, every day when I wake up, most days when I wake up, it's difficult to talk to myself and talk myself out of a bad mood. But for the most part, and that is how I've been able to take action on all the things that I take action on, is basically, what can I do today to move forward? What is the goal? Today I have client meetings. What can I do to make my clients' lives better? Today I have a client review. What can I do to make her brand better? Today, so step by step, that is progress. But if I attach myself to the fact that it has to be this certain result that has made me successful, then I'm going to be discouraged. I'm going to feel like the goal is too big, or it's not just working out, because plans always change. Things don't always go exactly according to plan. But as long as you're making progress, you will feel confident in the fact that if you did a little today, you can do a little more tomorrow. If something stopped you today from doing from finishing your to-do list, tomorrow you can complete it. Tomorrow you can do something better. Okay? So remove yourself from the outcome and just focus on progress. The fourth thing I will say is respect the law of process. Respect the law of process. I recently posted a reel that shared where I was in my journey in 2021 and where I am now. And it was very exciting but also emotional for me, seeing how I'm doing pretty much the same things I was doing in 2021, but on a different level. I'm still going on YouTube. I'm still posting on Instagram. I'm still coaching clients. I'm still, I didn't have the capacity for a group coaching program in 2021. Now I am bringing all of these aligned clients, aligned women that are ready to use their voices. I'm still doing the same things, but I'm not on the same level. And it is only process that could have gotten me there. Expecting for me to be on this level in 2021, just barely a year after I started, doesn't make sense. Some things take time and consistent action, and that's probably what you need. So time, consistent action. Time, knowledge, consistent action. So stay learning, stay doing, and just wait. Okay? What you do while you wait matters. Are you learning? Are you growing community? Are you trying, or are you sitting down scared of people saying something and waiting for the perfect plan? It depends on what you do while waiting, but trusting the process means that when you plant a seed, and that seed could be paying for a coaching program, or it could be finding a mentor, or it could be starting out with your personal brand. When you plant a seed, all you do is water it. It doesn't have to sprout the next day or the next week or the next month. You just do your part. That is trusting the process, trusting that God who gave you those ideas is going to help you, is going to send people your way, is going to give you the strength to try day after day after day. But we have to do our part, right? So the last thing, I feel like I've already touched it, is to stay learning. I was having a conversation. God bless the women that I get to have conversations with, because talking to other people and, being around the same journey, as much as we may not be in the same niche, we may not be doing the same thing or have the same clients or the same target audience, the fact that we are building makes you my sister. Like, I want to have these conversations because I then get some encouragement. I get to feel like I'm not alone in trying to make a difference, in trying to build something, in trying to help people, in trying to make an impact. That is how network building goes, right? So the last thing that I will say is to stay learning. In my last webinar, last week I had this webinar on Wednesday, and I saw somebody in the webinar that I really didn't think would have anything to learn from me, because she's doing so well. She's doing so well. And seeing her in the webinar, I thought, oh, maybe she came to support me because she's in my, network. And then afterwards, she sent me a message and was like, this thing spoke directly to me. I learned so many things. I took so many notes. And I'm like, right? And I told her, I didn't think you had anything to learn from me. And she's like, girl, there's always something to learn. And that's my philosophy. Right? There is always something to learn. I'm still taking classes. I just registered for another course. There is always something to learn. And if you ever get to a place where you feel like there's nothing else you can learn, you're stuck and you need to do something about it. As long as you stay learning, as long as you stay curious, your confidence will keep growing, your brand will keep growing, your network will keep expanding. There is just so much more. There's so much out there in the world. We will not be able to know everything in the world or meet everyone in the world, but you do the best you can with what you've been given within the time you've been given. Okay? So I hope that this passionate recording of mine just showed you how much is available to you and how much you can get from going after what you want and betting on yourself, because you're like the best investment that you can make. You invest in anything or anybody else and it can fail, but you decide whether or not you're going to fail. I'm looking forward to what you do with your brand. If you're new here, you are welcome to my channel. My name is Paula Poe and I am your personal brand strategist. I'm here to help women find and use their voices for impact, for income, for influence. So if you're new here, you're welcome. Subscribe, find the podcast, find me on Instagram, and let's do this. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next week. Bye.